Welcome back to the movie series. Last time, what movie is? Today, the oldest and purest form of it, arbitrage. The same token trades at two different prices on two exchanges, and you pocket the difference, buying cheap on one and selling dear on the other in a single transaction. We'll write it as a real test, run it against a live fork of Ethereum, and watch the profit print. Let's go. Here's the setup. Decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and Sushiswap are just separate pools of tokens, and each one prices a token on its own. Most of the time they roughly agree, but the moment a big trade moves one pool, the prices drift apart, and that gap is free money for whoever closes it first. Buy the token where it's cheap, sell it where it's expensive, done. So picture, we start with some USDC on Uniswap, where WETH has just gotten cheaper. We buy WETH. Then on SushiSwap, where WETH is still expensive, we sell that same WETH back for USDC. We end with more USDC than we started. The profit is the price gap minus the swap fees and gas. And crucially, it all happens in one atomic transaction. Let's build it for real in a Foundry project. Here's foundry.tom, the config, and a test folder. We're going to write one test that opens a real copy of Ethereum, creates a price gap, arbitrages it, and checks that we came out ahead. Our lab is the same as episode 1. Anvil, a private local copy of the entire Ethereum blockchain, forked from mainnet so it has all the real pools and real liquidity. That's what lets our test trade against the actual Uniswap and SushiSwap without spending a cent. We start with the skeleton, just the shape, no logic yet. Two interfaces so we can talk to ERC20 tokens and to the swap routers. The token and router addresses straight from mainnet. Two players, an attacker, that's us, and a whale who will move the price, and three empty functions: setup, a swap helper, and the test itself. Now we fill them in one at a time. First, setup, which runs before the test. We fork mainnet at a fixed block, so it's perfectly reproducible. We hand our attacker 100,000 USDC and the whale 500 WETH to play with. And we approve the routers to spend our tokens, the one-time permission every single DEX trade needs. That's the stage set. Next, a small helper, so we don't repeat ourselves. Given a router, an input token, an output token, and an amount, it does exactly one swap, build a two-step path, tell the router to swap this much, and return how much came back. One clean function will call 3 times. Now the arbitrage itself. We record our starting USDC, then the whale dumps 300 WETH onto Uniswap, which floods that pool and makes WETH cheap there. And we pounce buy that cheap WETH on Uniswap with 50,000 USDC, then immediately sell it on SushiSwap, where it's still priced higher. We measure the profit, print it, and assert that we ended with more USDC than we began. If that isn't true, the whole thing reverts. Run it. It forks, mainnet compiles, and green. The test passes and read the log. RB profit $1,331 in one transaction against the real pools. That is arbitrage reproduced from scratch on your own machine. And these aren't imaginary trades. Here's one of those swaps on our fork, opened in the Explorer. A real Uniswap swap, WETH in, USDC out, with a decoded token transfers right there. This is exactly the kind of transaction a real arbitrage bot fires off thousands of times a day. Two things make this special. It's atomic, both swaps live in one transaction, so either they hold arbitrage profits or it reverts and you lose nothing but gas. You can never get stuck holding the token. And notice, we needed capital, 50,000 USDC to start. Next episode we do the exact same thing with none of our own money, using a flash loan. Quick recap. Two exchanges price a token differently and a big trade opens the gap. You buy cheap on one, sell dear on the other in a single atomic transaction, and the gap minus fees is your profit. We built it as a real Foundry test and made $1,300 against live mainnet pools. Whoever lands that transaction first wins, which is exactly why bots fight over gas. A quick note, this series takes real work to produce, reproducing each strategy safely and clearly. If it helps you, the wallets are on screen and there's a Ko-fi link below. Every tip funds the next episode. Thank you. Look, that's DEX Arbitrage. Next episode, the upgrade every searcher uses. The flash loan, borrow millions with no collateral, run this exact arbitrage, and repay it all in the same transaction. Zero starting capital. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Comment the strategy you want next, and I'll see you there.